So you can
Okay.
start the recording. Yeah, you can start the recording. Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the conference, United Nations Civil Society Conference on Strengthening Family Bonds. And the focus today is breakdown in marriage and birth rates, as you all know already. And it's good to start on time, uh, Indian Standard Time, which is the correct time. So welcome all of you. And I know some people might join 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes late, as it is a working day all across the world. So, but still welcome you all, and let's start the session. Let me tell a little bit about the subject. Though I don't have much knowledge, my key speakers have the real knowledge, but still I'll try to lay a background and start the conference. We started discussing these issues for many years. Like we have all worked in these areas for many years, and what we felt was that at every point, for every problem, there was a problem in the family. Most of the problems, not every, if we can't say every, but most of the problems, there was some problem in the family that led to the problem at work, problem in society, crime, corruption, and a lot of things. All the sustainable development challenges that are very well linked with the family. Family is the single unit after individual. Family is the smallest unit of society, and it's the most important unit of society because everything, all the background of further and future life is laid when we are creating a family, when we are nurturing a family, when the family is growing, when the children are growing. And parents are the first teachers, and of course teachers, gurus also have a big role. So starting from here, as we move beyond the family, we get the right kind of training in the family. And as we all know, we spend more than 2/3 time in the family. Generally, mostly, you can say. Some people spend even more. And why we want to spend more time in the family, and why we are happy in the family, or why we were happy in the family, because we get a lot of support, various kinds of supports. Support can be knowledge support, intellectual support, caring support, nurturing support, emotional support, support when we are down, when we have some sort of problem, right guidance without any self interest. uh, all these things can only be found in the family. So when we start with the family, and as we move ahead further in the society, we might be staying in a colony, in an apartment, in a village. And the village again has, it's a combination of all the values that we have developed and nurtured in the family, and what we do in the family. Basically, uh, what we, if the family is good in, say, for example, good in taking care of trees, plants, environment, you will find that the society, the colony will have more people who will take care of the environment. Water levels will be good, air quality will be good, and good food will, people will be able to grow good food around their society and habitat. So this, and earlier, now we are staying in multi-storied buildings, but earlier everybody had some land near their houses. And they used to cultivate, everybody used to cultivate. So everybody was a farmer also. Almost everybody was a farmer also. There were a lot of talent in and around your homes, in homes. A lot of industries ran from homes. Small scale industries, or micro industries ran from home, and people had a very good economy. If we talk of India, India had a very good rural economy, and India was leading in GDP, say till 15th, 16th century. So why was it? Because we followed a path of sustainable development. Unfortunately, we now are not on track. We lost that path across last 5, 6 centuries. And how well we lost the path, we did not discuss much. There are a lot of conflicts, wars, and infightings. And so society changed. Still, to some extent, we have been able to maintain our culture. And all across the world, most of the countries have still been able to maintain their culture. It's not only for India, but for all entire world, the values they have nurtured, they have maintained. And the entire world is a family. We say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam in India. The whole world is a family. And all of you must be knowing, must have heard, must have read that we had G20, and in G20 also the theme was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one word, one family, one future. So as we move ahead to the villages and colonies also, the environment of villages and colonies will be dependent on what kind of family we are coming from, and what kind of values we have got from the family, what kind of learnings we have got from the family, what kind of training we have got from the family. And from village and colonies, we move ahead towards the sub-district or the districts and states and the nation, region, and then the entire continent or the entire world, and in fact entire solar system and universe. So all these are dependent on the family. All the background is laid in the family. And of course, schools and school education and society plays a larger role later on in life. So I won't talk much, but basically these were 2-3 points I wanted to put on the linkages, interlinkages between various units in the society, from individual to the, say, global level. And second is that why are marriages breaking and birth rates are also coming down, and which is a challenge, major challenge for other places, because people don't want to live together. So see, marriage is a boy and a girl marriage, marriage, and that the age is quite, generally it was quite young, but that age is also increasing, marriages. So by the time we marry now, we have our own mindset, and it's very difficult for us to adjust and compromise, which is very important in life. Everywhere, be it office, work, home, we have to compromise. So why not compromise also? Compromise is not the right word, but basically adjust. Why should we not adjust? Why should we not give space to our spouse also at homes? And similarly, as we give to our colleagues at office or in society, to our friends or in society. So we need to adjust better. We need to understand each other better. We need to love each other better. We need to share and care better. And we need to even understand without telling that what is the problem with someone in the family. And like we should do also in offices, in colonies, in society, and in everywhere. So I won't talk much because the main speakers and the very bright speakers are in front of us. And my time was 10 minutes, but I am happy that I have taken only 7 minutes. So maybe 8 minutes, I'll end 8 minutes. I'd like to invite Mrs. Mona Mehra. Mona Mehra is the first speaker, and she is founder of Vision Search. She has done numerous work on families for many years. She has, in fact, later part of her life, she has entirely devoted to families, because and she has taken care of her family also quite well as counsel people how to take care of their families. We organized programs. She was the founder of Family Maker Awards. We had second Family Maker Awards last about 10 days back only. And where we tried to say, honor the people who are doing good work in families, who are taking care of the families, who are good homemakers or family makers, as we say. And they can be male also. There is no gender bias. So without talking much, and in fact, Mona ji has recently launched a book about which she'll tell during her talk also. She should tell, in fact. That book is a very good collection of the conditions and problems, challenges, and possible solutions. And I hope she comes soon with another edition of the book, which takes care of other challenges that are coming up and whatever she might have left, or whatever feedback we get more. So without much ado, I'd like to invite Mona Mehra ji to talk about the issue. Mona ji. Mona ji.
अनम्यूट करके बोलिए, अनम्यूट, प्लीज अनम्यूट.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to be here, and let me just share my screen. Just a second. Yeah, today we are going to talk about the importance of strengthening the family bonds. And you know, I have been going and talking to many people, and one thing I've come across, I've met a lot of marriage counselors over these months, and over a lot of you know, months, and they come and tell me now that one thing they are facing is that girls come and now they say that they would not do any housework at home, but they are ready to do all the work outside. And the predicament or the problem that they are facing is that they ask me, since I stand for home and family family, they said, they asked me, how would a home be made like this if nobody is going to do any work in a home? And that is what, and when I was young, and when I saw a lot of wrong happen against my mother, and my quest has been why. And my mother was always asked, what do you do in a home? Then she was, working from morning 5 o'clock till night 12 o'clock with 4 kids and, in-laws. And my quest was, why is there so much of a disrespect for the work we do in a home? Let's start with what exactly does a home mean? A home is a place where we can relax, we can be ourselves, and nobody is judging us. It is a place where we bond with our family. Now, a family and a home are synonyms because families are nurtured in a home. You cannot make a home without a family because it is not only a brick structure. A home made with the relationships and the people that live in a family. A family. Now, how does a family start? Now, if you look at the Christian mythology, then there was Adam and Eve, which came together and started a family. And a family has got people living there where there is started with a marriage. That is the basis was love. And then there was the children came, that is the blood relation came. Or there is adoption. When there are children, then they can be adopted. So in our Hindu mythology also, Manu started, it said that Manu was the first person who started the families. Now, when this is how the family system started. Now, what is it that is required to make a home and family? If you look at the making of a home, you would see that it requires both non-material and material resources. Now, we all know we require food, vegetables, groceries, and a lot of many things. There is a house, there is electricity, there is, water, and a lot of it comes through the material that is required. Money is required to make this happen. And then there are a lot of non-material things that makes a family, because the basis of when two people come together in a marriage is love. And then there is compassion, kindness, and empathy. So it's based on the values of trust, and there is commitment. So there is a lot of non-material aspect which goes into making a family, both of them that makes a family. Now, when we talk about the work required to make a home and families, if you look at it, what is it that is required? There are chores that we call housework. There is food, laundry, cleaning. There are relationships. Now, in between any work that I do, say I'm making a cup of tea, then I'm making a cup of tea for my daughter. That is my relationship of a mother and a daughter. And in between that, I would be giving her, I would be sitting with her and talking to her, how was your day? Or what has been happening in her life? So the way I make the tea with a lot of love and the intent goes behind it, and I'm communicating with her, and then I'm talking to her, there is my emotions and her emotions involved. So there is empathy and kindness. So a simple act of making tea has got all the chores, relationship skills, and certain values that the way I'm doing it, she will copy it and take it, learn the certain values of honesty and commitment from watching the people around, that is the family in her home only. So I don't know what's wrong. My slide is not moving. Oh God. Just a second. What's wrong? I don't know.
No, you stop sharing and start resharing. It should move.
Just a second.
Yeah, now put it on the slideshow.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah. Okay, now this is what we talked about. Now there is time requirement. Now every work that we do has a certain time requirement. This is just an estimated time requirement that I have done. This is already there in my book that I've launched, that is Home the Missing Piece. This is what I went around to find out how much time actually it takes to do the basic chores. That is cooking. There are 3 meals involved. There are cleaning. There is dusting, mopping, and cleaning the house. There's laundry, which involves washing, drying, folding, ironing. This requires at least 5 hours in a day. It can be compressed depending on how the person is doing it. It might be a little faster, but at least 4 to 5 hours is required. And of course, then there is weekly chores there is a weekly resource management, equipment management, deep cleaning, which requires around 4 hours of work. Now, why is it stuck? Yeah. So, depending on now the main important part is the time requirement takes place is that when you have the children, that is the maximum amount of time you require to. That is when the child is 2 years old, you require at least 12 hours of work, because you have to change nappies, you have to feed them at least 6 to 8 times a day. So the time requirement is very important, because eventually we all have 24 hours in a day. So this is for the 3 to 8 years age group. Time requirement goes out a little lesser to 9 hours. And when children grow up a little more, it comes down to 8 hours. Like my children are now in college, and one is 14 years old. Now there is more of guidance required. It does not require so much of a time, but critical the work which is critical to survival, that is the foods and the laundry, that is required. And now there is a lot of link of housework and divorce. Now, according to familylawadvocate.com in US, household chores are now being cited as one of the most common reasons that couple decide to file for divorce. Now, in one study, about 25% of recently divorced people said that disagreement over housework represented the primary reason for the resolution of marriage. Can you believe it? The reason for the divorce is coming down to who is going to do what work. Now, there is another study which was done by Akershus University College of Applied Sciences in Norway, which has said that when neither spouse wishes to complete the housework, which are mundane tasks, conflict arises, and it can lead down to slippery slope of divorce. And then there is another study done by Stanford University, which is done on how couples meet and stay together, and which found that 69% women are likely to ask for divorce due to frustration from men failing to do household work and childcare related tasks. So what does it come down to is that there is something wrong, that housework is coming down to be the main reason where people are having a discord. Another research by World Values and Pew Research Center, which was done, what makes marriages work. One, World Value did it in 1990, and 2007 Pew Research did the research to find what are the parameters on which marriages work. And can you believe that sharing household chores was one of the biggest reason where the marriages work? And 15% people in 2007 said that is the reason, that is sharing household chores is the biggest reason. And now we are in 2024. Can you imagine? I'm sure it must be around 50% who would say that that is the biggest reason why marriages work, that we have to start sharing the household chores. Now, let's understand, why has housework become such a contentious issue? Now, this is research after research. If you go into the researches as well as it is one of the major reasons. Of course, there can be other reasons also, but it is one of the major reasons why people are going for divorce. So let's find out why is that there is so much of a Yeah, this is an illustration that I have made some time ago. That's our center of our living is our home. And here we start as children, all of us start as children, and here we start. From home, we start going to preschool, school, graduation, and here our center of our living mostly revolves around our home and the way our educational institution, where there is friends involved, and there is spirituality, health. And when we cross the age of 18 plus, some countries allow part-time work, but that is where we go into the formal jobs. And here we start giving 8 hours to that formal job of career, business, and job. That is called as work. And this is what is paid work. And then we again come back to our home. But here we all start this unpaid work. Now, what is that unpaid work? Unpaid work is that work we did in our home that our mother did for us, that is cooking, cleaning, and laundry, and child care activities and elder care activities, and which we are also going to do when our children are going to be there. And eventually we are going to retire, and we are going to come back home only. Here also our the work we are going to do it is going to be at home only. So here work that is unpaid, which is called as free work, is what goes hand in hand with paid work, because eventually if we backtrack, the first morsel of food was eaten in a home before it became a business. First laundry was done in a home before it became a business. So here, now what is exactly the problem? Now this has taken what I have been trying to find out for many years. The problem is that we only accept paid work as work. The benchmark is paid work. So giving an example is that if I may cook food for my own family in a home, it will not be considered work. But if I do the same work for my neighbor for money, it will become work. So here what we are doing is converting everything into money, because we do not accept something which is free. And everybody starts as free or unpaid work. Now, this policy we follow puts paid work against unpaid work, means job, business against home. Now, this is what is happening, is that we are putting one against other, because eventually home is only made with free work. Now, home has been turned as unproductive but critical to survival. We call it, but something which is critical to survival, how can we call it unproductive, meaning waste of time? Now, coming here is that mental health and self. Now, like I said, growing up, I had seen this happen a lot, many times with my mother when she was asked again and again, what do you do at home all day? And I've seen the loss of self-confidence and self-worth of a person. And eventually that, that frustration coming out, the anger coming out, and then slowly her, eventually, she had a very painful death. And when she just said that I just refused to live. And I had no clue, because I was very young, and I had that time just wanted to find out why is there so much of disrespect. And I came across this data also in 2021. There was 51.5% of total female suicide victims were homemakers, according to National Crime Bureau of India. You know what, when there is no respect for the work, nobody would like to do it. And when we talk about, having the younger generation do something which they will do when they will become mothers, because eventually when you become mothers, you become, when you do your own work in a home, it is called, there is no fancy designation. We all become a homemaker only. There is a lot of misunderstanding who exactly is a homemaker. Homemaker, we all start from a home, and we all are homemakers. We only make home, and we only make businesses and jobs. We do both the things. It is just that we ourselves sometimes have to take more responsibility of running a household when children are small. That is where you become a primary homemaker. And that is mostly a mother. And then as a mother, you are eventually when you are taking care of a child due to some reason and you are made to say that what you are doing, or why don't you do a job, and wow, you're wasting your time, that is when you make a mother feel that what she is doing is absolutely worthless. And nobody can replace a mother when she's bringing up a child. Nobody. Now, how does this affect a common person? That is why the discord and fights happen, because nobody wants to do the whole housework. And 80% of fights in a home happen that who will take the responsibility of the work. And when we've already seen a lot of statistics, in fact, there are more statistics available. Please go ahead and do a research. You will find so many of them. That is the leading cause of divorce nowadays, that who exactly will do the work at home. And because you see 90%, more than 85-90% people cannot afford maids, and in the Western we just do not have the possibility of affording maids. Then who's exactly going to do the work? Living is now what are the solutions? Is that living is holistic and home needs to be included in living. Right now, what we have done in our policies is that we have excluded a home from the living, because we only accept paid work as work. And nobody does anything called paid work. We all start as unpaid or free work from a home. Work in a home is always going to be free. It needs to be at par with paid work. See, right now, the paid work is only at par. It has got the power. Unpaid work does not have the power. And who exactly is a homemaker is us only. It is the roles we play in a home of a mother, a father, a brother, a sister, a husband, and wife. And all these roles need respect and appreciation. But right now, we are only rewarding and appreciating a professional, which is important, which is essential. Businesses and jobs are important in our lives, but we also need a home for living. That is my submission. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Mona ji. You covered the say entire gamut. You can't say entire gamut, but lot of it, and you gave it in simple words. So thanks a lot. Though you took a little extra time, so we'll have to take care of the time, as we should have some questions also, and there are a lot of already there is a good question that has come up, so we'll take it later on. But you spoke of holistic living balance, which is very important, and the best thing is that and paid and unpaid work. See, it's how it is connected. Why we are not able to take care of nature as nature takes care of us? Because we feel that it's free. It's free. We don't have to pay the nature. So we just try to pollute and try to misuse and try to use the resources more than we should. And we don't know that what will be left for our coming generations. So it's as Gandhiji said, and I think Gandhiji only said this, that we have to see that we have taken a loan it's like taking loan from the children. So it's not that we have whatever we have, it used in one generation only. So moving forward, I'd like to invite Dr. Surendra Pathak ji. He has been a professor, a trainer, researcher, and has done excellent work in families and Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So I think if I start giving introduction in detail, it'll take a lot of time, I think. So better to keep that time for him. Surendra ji.
Thank you so much, Ajit ji, Mona ji. Usually I speak in Hindi, but I will try to give some input in English. And we are going to discuss family breakdown in marriage and birth rate. So therefore we feel that strengthening our family bond is necessary. So I started that this is very significant. Family is like the glue that hold our society together. It is where we find love, help, as Mona said, and sense of belonging. In India, the family is most essential part of this life, and we can say that in social life. It is not about the mom, dad, and siblings. It is about your extended family too, like grandparents, aunt, uncle, cousins, etc. They all play a significant role in our life, ensuring we are okay and supporting us throughout everything. Think about it. When you are feeling down or need advice, do you turn to? Usually it is family. There are always there for you no matter what. Whether it is your parents cheering you on at your school play, or grandma cooking your favorite meal, family improves everything. So let us not forget about the marriage. In India, getting married, it is not about two people. It is about two family, or even you can say that more than two families coming together. And families play a big role in finding the right match and supporting the couple throughout their married life, as well as in her social life also. But things are changing. These days, fewer peoples are getting married and fewer babies are being born. It is bit worrying because family is so important to the human society. We must understand why this is happening and how to keep our families strong. So as we talk about family and all its complexities, let us remember just how to much they means to us and why we need to work to keep those bonds strong. So here is the thing. Life today is pretty complicated. Even though we need a strong family connection, something strange is happening. Pupils are not getting married as such, and they are not having as many kids either. It is like a puzzle we need to figure out. But don't worry, we are going to tackle to this together. We will try to understand why this is happening and what we can do about it. It will take some digging, but we are up for the challenge. We are going to talk about why families are so important and why we need to work hard to keep them strong. And we will also look at why fewer people are getting married and having kids these days. It is a big problem, but we are not giving up. So let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. By working together and staying committed, we can ensure our families remain strong and our future looks bright. Family bonds are essential in Indian society, often characterized by strong relationship and interdependence among family members. These bonds are deeply rooted in cultural, social, religious, and spiritual tradition, emphasizing
We can't hear you, Surinderji. Hello, Surinderji.
I think his connection might be little broken
Hello?
or something.
Srendaji?
Surenji, can you hear? Surenji,
Hello?
can you hear? Okay.
At times it
So
is muted, you know.
till he comes, we have a till he comes, there is an announcement also I'd like to make meanwhile. So we'll have a question and answer session after the speakers speak, and I'll my brief comment. And once Surenji is back, he'll take it up from where he had left. So there's already a good question in the chat box, and the session will end at just before 4. We'll end the session because we have time till 4 p.m. Surenji, Surenji,
I think there is something wrong.
is it
We
okay,
can't
Surenji,
hear.
now?
लाइट
हाँ,
चली गई
अच्छा, no problem.
तो उसके कारण नेट चला गया है इससे।
कोई बात नहीं. I use the time for an announcement.
So I want to add some 2-3 points, because so come to the question is this, that what are the component of the family bonds, है ना? Effective communication is one of them. Quality time, support and empathy, and shared values and traditions. As Ajit ji and Mona ji also said on this. So significance, the significance of the family bond is the psychological well-being. Strong family bonds contribute to individual happiness, psychological health. Studies have shown that close family relations are associated with the lower level of stress, depression, anxiety, fostering a sense of security and emotional stability. The significance of family bond is also important for social cohesion. Families serve as the building blocks of society for fostering social cohesion, community resilience. Strong family ties create the ripple effects and extend beyond the household. Long-term benefits are also we can seen. Nurturing a strong family bond yield to long-term benefit, particularly for child development. Positive family dynamics provide a supportive environment and learning, emotional growth, and the acquisition of essential life skill, setting the stage of successful adulthood. And one more effect of the strong family bond. So, a strong family bond profoundly influence individual well-being, societal cohesion, and intergenerational continuity. Understanding this effect illuminates family's vital role in shaping our lives and communities. And challenges of the family bonds are, despite their inherent resilience, family bonds are vulnerable to various challenges that can strain relationship and undermine their cohesion. Modern lifestyle pressures, especially technological distractions, and economic pressure. Nowadays, the economic pressure is more and more in families. Economic instability and financial pressures can play a strain on family relation. corners about the job security and meeting basic needs and create the tensions and conflict within the household. And it is also related to work-life balance. And social change is also the one of the challenges. Shifting societal norms and attitude toward the marriage, parenthood, and family life can influence the strength of family bond. Evolving cultural expectations and individual performance may impact the traditional structure of family relationship. And decline in the marriage and birth rate, the trends shows marriage rate have steadily declining across many developed countries. Delayed marriage, rising rate of cohabitation, and changing attitude toward marriage contribute to this new trends. Birth rates, similarly, the birth rates have experienced downward trajectory in numerous regions. Factors such as increase across the contraception, women empowerment, and the economic uncertainties play a role in declining the fertility rate in many regions of the world. Causes of declining marriage rate, delay marriages, and cohabitation trends and attitude shifting. And cause of declining birth rate, the economic factor, career pursuit, and excess of contraceptives. And social implications. And when we think about the social implication, declining birth rate contribute to an aging population, as we saw in Japan, with the implication of healthcare, pension system, and intergenerational support structure. Addressing to the decline in marriage and birth rate, so there should be the necessity of policy intervention and educational awareness, implementation of comprehensive sex education program that provide the accurate information about the contraception, family planning, and reproductive health, empowering individual to make informed decisions about the reproductive choice can help prevent the unintended pregnancies. Offer the relationship education program, which we are doing, economic supports, cultural and social norms, and community supports. So these can help to reduce the decline in marriage and birth rates. So I think this is sufficient because time is over. Ajay ji, you can.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Professor
If
Surit.
you allow me, to I can add something in Hindi.
Yeah, you can add. I'll translate that. No problem.
Okay. देखिए, यदि परिवार को समझना है तो हमको ये देखना पड़ेगा कि परिवार में ही जीना होता है, आदमी अकेले में नहीं जी पाता है, अकेले में
If we
केवल
have
वो
to, let me translate, because if you speak long, I'll forget what you have said and difficult to translate. Yeah, can you just repeat? एक बार फिर से बोलेंगे?
मैं ये कह रहा था कि जीना परिवार में ही होता है और परिवार में रिलेशनशिप में ही होता है, रिलेशनशिप में जीने से सिक्योरिटी आती है, मैं
we
समझ
have to
रहा हूँ कि 2 मिनट
we
बोल
have
देता हूँ,
to
फिर आप उसको समराइज कर देना। आप उसको मुझे कंटिन्यूअसली 2 मिनट अलाउ कर दीजिए, फिर इसके
अच्छा
बाद
ठीक
आप
है,
उसको 1-2 मिनट में समराइज कर देना, है ना।
राइट राइट, ठीक है, मैं ट्राई
तो
करता हूँ।
तो मैं ये कह रहा था कि परिवार में संबंधों में ही जीना होता है, आदमी अकेले में नहीं जी पाता है ना, क्योंकि अकेलापन इस समय दुनिया में सबसे बड़ी समस्या है ना। हम लोग ऐसा कह रहे हैं कि डेवलप कंट्रीज में जो सबसे बड़ा रोग है वो लोनलीनेस है ना। और दूसरी बात है कि जो फैमिली ब्रेकडाउन है, जो फैमिली का टूटना है, वो दुनिया की सभी समस्याओं के साथ जुड़ता है ना। चाहे वो इकोनॉमिक प्रॉब्लम्स हो या सोशल प्रॉब्लम हो, पॉलिटिकल प्रॉब्लम हो, साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम हो, हेल्थ रिलेटेड इशू हो, क्योंकि उससे यदि आदमी रिलेशनशिप में नहीं जी पाता, अकेले में जीना होता है, तो उससे साइकोलॉजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स भी पैदा होते हैं, और जो उसके जीवन में स्ट्रेस को पैदा करते हैं, और साइकोसोमेटिक डिसीज के रूप में जो है वो उसके शरीर में भी उसके इफेक्ट आते हैं। दूसरी बात है कि हम परिवार को आइसोलेशन में नहीं देख सकते, है ना। परिवार जो है समाज की अविभाज्य इकाई होता है, क्योंकि हम परिवार के रूप में समाज में भागीदारी करते हैं, समाज जो है वो परिवार में भागीदारी करता है, क्योंकि परिवार की सभी आवश्यकताएं, मोस्टली सभी आवश्यकताएं समाज से पूरी होती हैं ना। समाज भी परिवार परिवार के रूप में समाज होता है। समाज कोई अलग से इकाई नहीं है, परिवार जैसे इकाई है वैसे समाज कोई इकाई नहीं है, लेकिन समाज में जो भी उत्पादन कार्य होता है उससे परिवार की आवश्यकताएं पूरा होती हैं। जैसे शिक्षा की आवश्यकता भी परिवार की समाज से पूरा होती है, हेल्थ की, स्वास्थ्य संबंधी, सुरक्षा संबंधी आवश्यकताएं, उत्पादन और विनिमय संबंधी आवश्यकताएं भी जो है हमारी समाज से परिवार की पूरा होती है। इसलिए परिवार और समाज को अलग अलग बांट के देखा नहीं जा सकता, है ना। परिवार समाज की अविभाज्य इकाई है और समाज परिवारों के लिए पूरक होता है। इसी प्रकार से यदि हम किसी राष्ट्र को देखते हैं तो राष्ट्र भी समाज के लिए पूरक होता है। राष्ट्र में जो भी विधि विधान संविधान आदि होता है वो समाज को नियंत्रित करता है, और समाज जो है वो परिवार को नियंत्रित करता है। इस तरीके से एक ताना बाना बनता है, जिसको हम कह रहे हैं कि एक व्यक्ति परिवार के साथ, परिवार समाज के साथ, समाज राष्ट्र से, राष्ट्र अंतर्राष्ट्र से जुड़ा रहता है। इसी को हम कह रहे हैं दूसरे शब्दों में वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, वन फैमिली, है ना। वन फैमिली का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, या वननेस कह रहे हैं, तो ये जो ग्लोबल वननेस है जिसको हम मानवता भी कहते हैं, तो मानवता को समझने के लिए हमको परिवार में जो परिवार संबंध है, जो परिवार के फैमिली बॉन्ड्स हैं, उसको समझना होगा। और ये गणित से समझ में नहीं आता। अगर हम इसमें ये देखें कि माँ इतने घंटे काम करती है, पिता इतने घंटे करता है, बच्चे इतने घंटे कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं, रिलेशनशिप में टाइम का कोई मतलब नहीं होता है। और ना ही हम जो जो समय लगाते हैं उसको मोनिटाइज करके हम जो है रिलेशनशिप में जी सकते हैं। जैसे पिता और माता जो है अपने बच्चों के साथ जो भी कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं उसको मोनिटाइज किया जाना संभव नहीं है, और इसीलिए हम लोग ये कहते थे कि बच्चों को अपने माता पिता का कृतज्ञ होना चाहिए, क्योंकि वो माता का, पिता का ऋण जो है कभी भी अदा नहीं कर सकते हैं। लेकिन इसी तरीके से संबंध जो है वो विश्वास, स्नेह, प्रेम के साथ जो है परिवार में चलता रहता है, और उससे परिवार यूनाइट बना रहता है। और इसीलिए परिवार परिवार के रूप में जो मैरिज रिलेशनशिप, उसकी भूमिका ये रहती है कि वो मानव परंपरा को बनाए रखने में मुख्य भूमिका का निर्वाह करती है। यदि मैरिज रिलेशनशिप खत्म होती है, इंडिविजुअल सोसाइटी बनती है, जैसे सिंगल पेरेंट सोसाइटी जो है पूरी दुनिया में हो रही है, फैल रही है, उस स्थिति में बहुत प्रकार की समस्याएं जो है वो पैदा होने वाली है। खासकर भारत जैसी आबादी वाले देश में तो ये संभव ही नहीं है कि सिंगल पेरेंट सोसाइटी या इंडिविजुअलिटी के आधार पे इतनी बड़ी आबादी का भरण पोषण, शिक्षा, स्वास्थ्य आदि की व्यवस्था की जा सके। और इसीलिए फैमिलीज को मजबूत करने की आवश्यकता है, और मैरिज रिलेशनशिप को भी एक उसके प्रति एक अवेयरनेस पैदा करने की आवश्यकता है, ताकि लोग वैवाहिक जीवन को बहुत सफलता के साथ परिवार की अविभाज्यता में जीते हुए, और परिवार समाज की अविभाज्यता में, जिसको हम सोशल कोहेजन भी कह रहे हैं, उसके साथ ही इन सब चीजों को समझा जा सकता है। बस मैं इतना ही और ऐड करना चाहता था। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हाँ जी।
धन्यवाद, थैंक्स प्रोफेसर सुरेंद्र पाठक जी। He has spoken of many things. I don't know how much genuinely I can translate all these things together, but let me try. Professor Surendra Pathak, in the later part, when he spoke in Hindi, talked about family relationships, the challenges, and if you are not in a family, you are lonely and one can't live in loneliness. There are family breakdowns. Family breakdowns is a big problem for the society. And there are a lot of psychological issues come, and from psychological problems, psychosomatic diseases are also directly connected due to stress. And families can't be seen in isolation. Family and society are inextricably linked, and all needs of families, rather most all needs of families are fulfilled from the society. So we can't think of both differently. One, it's an integrated whole, and that is what the whole world is a family. So that is what is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And then he also spoke about trade and goods and services that we get from the society, and family has an important role in that. Then he also talked about a very important point, which I'd like to highlight here. He talked about calculation, maths, and time, and all these calculations are not possible in relationships, any kind of relationships, be it friendship, be it home, family, society. If we start calculating too much, little bit is okay, we can adjust, but if we start calculating too much, relationships start deteriorating and ultimately they break down. So this was this very important point I wanted to highlight. And then he also spoke of faith, love in the family, which is very important. And then people need to stay within the family. Marriages are very important. In India, we said sacrosanct, and marriage and relationships are breaking. So there are a lot of challenges coming up. Lot of challenges are coming up, especially challenge of single parents who have to manage all on their own. So earlier in old times, we had, I'm just adding this point from my side, we had joint families. So we had about 10, 20 people, 30 people in the family, or maybe 50 people also in the family. So we didn't even get an inkling how our children grew. We also, when we were very small, and everybody took care of each other. So it was very easy. Things were very easy. People used to work together, women used to work together, and most of the needs were fulfilled in the family and around, and maximum in the village. So it was a self-sufficient society. And so I think I've taken care of most of the points, Professor Pathak. If there is something left, then you can in the later part, you can point that out during question and answer session. And few points I like to take from you. One special important point, or maybe summary of what you said. I wanted to highlight how you have linked. You have tried to link everything. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one word family, unity and harmony, peace and cooperation, inclusivity and equality, shared responsibility, global awareness and consciousness. You have tried to bring together in what you spoke in English as well as what you spoke in Hindi. You have tried to link all these. So thanks a lot, Professor Pathak. And I think a little bit I wanted to talk of the points that Monaji also said, and then we'll open we'll put a question to the panelists, and then we'll open the forum for question and answer session. So we'll have about 30 minutes for the question and answer session. So no problem. So in fact, the entire the challenges. In fact, I want to come to the slide. I remember the slide that Monaji talked about what makes marriages work. So faith was one important thing, which is very, very important. Monaji stressed quite a lot on sharing household chores. Of course, a big challenge. It was 62% in 2007, and I think it should be about, say, 80% to 90% now, because it has been 17 years since then, since the survey and research was done by the Pew Research Center. So that is one. So faith, household sharing, household chores, and also the big problem that we are seeing is that children are not an important issue now. That is decreasing fast. So what will happen to the society? How will the society move ahead? How will the families move ahead? And what will we do when we have nobody to take care of the elderly? So these are a lot of challenges that will come up, which both Monaji and Professor Surendra Pathak stressed on. So I don't have many questions. Only my question is that how and this is for to both the panelists, Mona ji and Suren ji, Professor Surendra Pathak, how can we link, how can we strengthen the linkages, especially in our minds and in our work, and how we basically adopt? For Professor Pathak, कैसे हम चीजों को लिंक करेंगे बेटर तरीके से कि जो इंडिविजुअल के बाद जो फैमिली होता है, फैमिली से वो कनेक्ट होता है फिर आगे सोसाइटी के जो प्रॉब्लम्स, जिसका थोड़ा मैंने जिक्र किया था, which I spoke little bit about when I was talking before in this, when we initiated the session, to link with the society, because all the problems, all the sustainable development goals and challenges, since we are not able to have robust families, strong families, family with strong values, individuals who are very strong in their own areas, who can take care of the society later on, we are not able to inculcate those values. Neither families nor the education system or the society is able to inculcate this. So how families can play a stronger role in this? This is my question to Mona ji and Professor Surendra Pathak. Mona ji, you can take this, and then Professor Surendra Pathak can talk on this, and then we can open the forum for questions.
I think a very important question, Ajit ji, that values have to be inculcated, and how do we, take forward the values? Because right now what we are facing is that the values are not there in our society. That is what we are saying now, that कि आजकल values ही नहीं है. Integrity, honesty, commitment, जैसे, because see, faith was one important very aspect in that research, because infidelity, that is, people having more extramarital affair has become a very big issue. And as well as we see, there is so much of frauds happening all around. In fact, corporate frauds have increased multifold. Now, where does it boil down to? If you backtrack, it comes down to the value system. The values are not there in we are producing children who are value. It's like we are educating them, but they are not. जिसको कहते हैं संस्कार ही नहीं मिल रहे हैं बच्चों को. अब वो संस्कार कहाँ से आते हैं? वो संस्कार जो आते हैं, the संस्कार or the values come from home. Now, what we have done, is that it's a very funny system that we have created, that, I have, mothers with me who, are very sad, because see, they have no choice, because they have small kid. I have in my society a lot of women who are very small kid, who are 3 months old to 6 months old, left with the maid. A maid ke saath, you are leading the small child with the maid, and they are going. And sometimes, I ask them, why aren't you, taking care of your children? Because they are very small. She says that, see, if I stay home and take care of my child, I have told all the time that what are you doing? Leave the child, you go and earn money. All the time, the same, that deep disrespect that they face. And I have faced it myself. Where, regularly it is like, this is not work. You have to prove yourself by doing outside paid work. But where, that deep disrespect. So I see it all around in my family. Ab wo values jo hum kaise inculcate hote? How do you inculcate values? जब एक बच्चा छोटा होता है, when the child is small, the child learns by watching the parents. So that bonding happens. That bond is very deep, especially in the first 0 to 5 years. They say the maximum brain development happens of a child at that point of time. And that point of time, when the mother and father are not around, that is when I've seen a child who was 2 years old, who was completely talking the language of a maid. एक मेड की भाषा बोल रहा था, वही गाली, वही बातें, वही सेम चीज. उसने वही पिक किया जिसके साथ वो रहता है. और सबसे ज्यादा टाइम वो किसके साथ रहता था बच्चा? अपनी मेड के साथ. अब माँ पिता तो है नहीं. अब वैल्यूज कैसे हम उनको इनकलकेट करेंगे? क्योंकि जैसे ही माँ घर में रहती है और अपने बच्चे का देखभाल करती है, she is told all the time that you're wasting your time. Productive work happens only when it is done for money. Then it comes down to what? That she will leave the child, and I see it all around. I have faced it, I have seen it. This is what happens. And how will we get the values back? This is the problem. That is what I feel. Dr. Surendra, over to Dr. Surendra, please.
Thanks a lot, Munaji. You rightly pointed many things that we need to take care and in the future, and this United Nations Civil Society Conference, and we'll take it on further with all the countries and all the states. Thank you. Professor Pathak.
अजीत जी, इसमें मूल जो बात है समझने की, ये सारी समस्या की जड़ में इंडिविजुअलिटी एंड हाइपर इंडिविजुअलिटी जो है वो इसके मूल में है। हमको रिलेशनशिप का समझ नहीं है, रिलेशनशिप क्या चीज होती है। जैसे कोई माँ अकेले में माँ नहीं होती, पुत्र पुत्री के साथ माँ होती है। यदि पुत्र पुत्री नहीं है तो वो फीमेल होती है ना। जैसे फादर जो है वो फादर तभी होता है जब उसका कोई पुत्र पुत्री हो या किसी को पुत्र पुत्री के रूप में उसने स्वीकार किया हो। तो इससे पता लगता है कि रिलेशनशिप दो लोगों की होती है, अकेले में कोई रिलेशनशिप नहीं होती। तो अकेले में माँ को समझना, अकेले में पिता को समझना जो है, यही भ्रम का मूल कारण है ना। दूसरी बात है, जब माँ संबंध को पहचानती है तभी ममता मूल आता है उसमें, है ना। जब पिता संबंध को पहचानता है तब उसमें ममता और वात्सल्य और स्नेह आता है। यदि हम संबंध को पहचानते नहीं, जैसे हम सड़क पे घूम रहे होते हैं, संबंध को नहीं पहचानते हैं, तो ममता, वात्सल्य, स्नेह, सम्मान, कृतज्ञता, गौरव, ये सब मूल्य थोड़ी रहता है। तो जब हम कोई रास्ते में मित्र मिल जाता है तो रिस्पेक्ट का भाव, स्नेह का भाव आ जाता है ना। तो इसका मतलब है जब हम संबंध को पहचानते हैं तभी मूल्यों का प्रकटन होता है, नहीं तो मूल्यों का प्रकटन नहीं होता है। जिसको हम अकेलापन कहते हैं, अकेलापन क्या चीज है? अकेलापन का मतलब है मूल्यहीनता का होना, है ना। अकेले आदमी के अंदर ज्ञान बहुत सारा हो सकता है, लेकिन मूल्य तभी होता है जब वो किसी के साथ रिलेशनशिप को पहचानता है। जैसे चाहे वो रिलेशनशिप परिवार में हो, माता पिता पुत्र पुत्री संबंध के रूप में, या पति पत्नी संबंध के रूप में, या भाई बहन बहन भाई संबंध के रूप में हो। जैसे पत्नी भी बिना पति के थोड़ी पत्नी होती है, पति जो है बिना पत्नी के पति नहीं होता है ना। तो जो पति और पत्नी जो संबंध है वो ज्वाइंट रिलेशनशिप है, उसको हम लोग कहते हैं ये सह अस्तित्व है ना। इसको अलग अलग देखना ही जो है वो समस्या का कारण है। अब हम लोग ऐसा देखने लगे हैं, मेरा व्यक्तिगत जीवन, मेरा व्यक्तिगत विचार, मेरी अपनी लाइफ, है ना, मेरा अपनी कमाई, है ना, मेरा मेरा अपना चॉइस। हम इस तरीके से जब देखते हैं तो रिलेशनशिप में नहीं जी सकते हम इस तरीके से। हमको देखना पड़ता है परिवार के हिसाब से, परिवार की चॉइस क्या है, परिवार की इच्छा क्या है, परिवार में मूल्य क्या है, परिवार का कल्चर क्या है ना, परिवार में सभ्यता क्या है ना, परिवार में जिसको शिष्टताएं कहते हैं वो शिष्टताएं क्या है, वो परिवार में होती है। व्यक्ति में कोई शिष्टता नहीं होती है ना, व्यक्ति तो केवल
सुरेंद्र जी,
सकता है।
सुरेंद्र जी, आपकी
इसलिए
बात से ये कह सकते हैं कि मतलब जो जो भी चीजें हैं, मतलब ये मतलब जो को एग्जिस्टेंस की बात जो है, साथ रहने की बात है, और परिवार वो सिखाता है हमें कैसे साथ रहें, तो सोसाइटी उसी से बनती है। और जब हम साथ कैसे रहें अच्छे से सीख लेते हैं, तो हमें सोसाइटी और नेचर का भी कैसे ख्याल रखना है, उनके साथ भी कैसे रहना है, वो भी हम सीख जाते हैं। तो इट्स अ प्रोसेस ऑफ लर्निंग टुगेदर, स्टेइंग टुगेदर, लर्निंग, नर्चरिंग वैल्यूज, केयरिंग, लविंग, and in fact having concerns for everyone. So we all this we learn in the family.
वेरी ट्रू, वेरी ट्रू। दूसरी बात है कि यदि हम संबंधों को परिवार में जी नहीं पाते हैं और समाज में भागीदारी करते हैं, तो जो परिवार में समस्याएं होती है उसको हम समाज में फैला देते हैं, बढ़ा देते हैं। ज्यादातर जो समाज में समस्याएं दिखती है वो वही दिखती है जो परिवार में नहीं जी पाते हैं और समाज में जाके भागीदारी करते हैं, चाहे वो राजनीतिक भागीदारी करते हो। यदि समाज परिवार में वो डिक्टेटर होते हैं तो समाज में भी डिक्टेटर हो जाते हैं। यदि परिवार में व्यक्तिवादी होते हैं तो समाज में भी जाके व्यक्तिवादिता को, व्यक्तिवादी राजनीति को, व्यक्तिवादी सोसाइटी को जन्म देने का प्रयास करते हैं ना। तो रिलेशनशिप को समझना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि उसके बिना कोई मूल्य नहीं होता है, कोई भी मूल्य का प्रकाशन।
एक और छोटा सा बस प्रश्न यहीं पे मेरे आता है दिमाग में, कि कई बार हमें चीजें जो ये मतलब एक पॉइंट तो है कि परिवार में जैसे होते हैं वैसे वो सोसाइटी में भी होते हैं। सो one behaves as one behaves in family, one also behaves and lives life in the society. But then another question is that sometimes it's the opposite. So if we don't get opportunity of anything in the family, then we try to go outside, leave the family and spend more time outside. and try to say gain those things what we couldn't get in the family. ऐसा भी होता है कि परिवार में कई बार कई चीज नहीं मिल पाता है, तो हम बाहर चले जाते हैं और बाहर से लेने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो उससे भी प्रॉब्लम होता है, इम्बैलेंस होता है। तो
उससे
मेरे
भी
ख्याल से
बैलेंस होता है, बिल्कुल सही है। हम लोग ऐसे लोगों को आवारा बोलते हैं।
बिल्कुल
आवारा का मतलब होता है जो संबंध में नहीं जीता है और समाज में भटकता रहता है।
बिल्कुल।
या
और
तो समाज में संबंध को पहचान के जिए, है ना। समाज में भी 3 संबंध हैं, मित्र मित्र संबंध है, गुरु शिष्य संबंध है, और साथी सहयोगी संबंध है ना। एम्प्लॉयर एम्प्लॉय रिलेशनशिप है। एम्प्लॉयर रिलेशनशिप का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि हमने पैसा देते हैं तो हमने एम्प्लॉय को हायर कर लिया, है ना। क्योंकि आप जो भी कुछ करते हैं समाज में, व्यवस्था में भागीदारी करने के लिए उत्पादन करते हैं, वो बिना एम्प्लॉय के नहीं होता है। यदि इस बात का एहसास होता है तो अब आप एम्प्लॉय के प्रति रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं, जिम्मेदार होते हैं, नहीं तो नहीं होते।
राइट राइट
आपको लगता है मैंने पैसा दिया भगा दिया, दूसरे को ले आऊंगा, कम में ज्यादा में ले आऊंगा, तो ये रिलेशनशिप नहीं है ना। ये तो एक प्रकार से व्यक्तिवादी मानसिकता है जो समाज को, परिवार को तोड़ती है। ये मूल्यहीनता की अभिव्यक्ति है ना, मूल्यहीनता है ये। तो कहीं भी रिलेशनशिप में जिए बिना, जिसको हम लोग फैमिली बॉन्ड कह रहे हैं, फैमिली बॉन्ड कोई फैमिली तक नहीं होता है। फैमिली बॉन्ड का मतलब है विश्व एक परिवार है, वहां तक हमारा संबंध, संबंध का पहचान होना। जैसे हम दूसरे देश के साथ भी यदि संबंध को नहीं पहचान पाते हैं तो मूल्यों का, है ना, म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट नहीं हो सकता है। यदि हम किसी को दुश्मन देश पहचानते हैं तो रिस्पेक्ट कैसे होगा, म्यूचुअल रिस्पेक्ट नहीं हो सकता, है ना।
थैंक यू।
ऐसा।
Thanks a lot, Professor Pathak. You put across many points, and like you explained what you spoke earlier also, and you gave some new points like recognition of relationships, values, identification of these, and all these also create problems in the at international level also between countries. So once we start giving due value to the relationships and taking care of needs of each other, starting from the family, moving towards the village or cluster community, and then forward to the further to the district, states, country, and the international community, all the global friends, as we consider everyone as brother and sister, as we said in as per Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So I think we have about 34 minutes for the question and answer session. Little bit 2-3 minutes late. We are, but we'll start with the Q&A. And there is already a question in the box, so we'll start with that. Anyone has a question, they can raise their hand, and then we can take it further. We can take their questions further. So this is a question. I'll just from the chat box, if you have seen, there's a question from Anjana Anandji. I think she had to go somewhere, so I don't know if she's there now or not. So can you see the? I'll just read the question. Her comment was, we Indians are blessed, we can hire households for course. Does it influence the issue positively? And another point was that in the elite class, the entire housework is taken care of by the household. This leaves the homemaker with a lot of time. Is it one reason that people are depressed, especially in the
when the children have flown off? They have yeah. See,
right.
I'd like to answer this question. When we are talking about household chores, we are blessed in India.
Can you be a bit louder?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we are blessed because in India we can afford maids and there is a possibility of having a maid. But it is a blessing because see, if I have to do so much of things when our children were small, it was very difficult. But in Western countries, I have friends, there is a different system altogether. They don't do cleaning and they don't do so many things, altogether. But their system is different. But what I would say is that apne haath se, it's not that you can put a maid for everything. You cannot do that, especially when that is what I was trying to say. When you are putting the building values in your children, that values you can only do when you do the work yourself, especially when children are small. And there are mothers who would like to do that. That is bring up their own child. But here we are not giving a possibility also to the mother that you have the right to do your own work, because work only means when it is done for money, and a mother will never do anything for money. So here what I'm trying to say is that either you are in West or East or anywhere in the world, it is just not the chores. What goes behind that work needs to be understood. There is an intent of a person, there is love involved, there is empathy, there is emotional intelligence, because you are understand. See that when children are small, they are not able to speak. They make you understand all by their cries, which are emotional cries. That is pure emotional intelligence, when you are understanding the child with their emotional cries. So what I'm trying to say is that yes, it is a blessing right now, but there is, apart from just doing the chore, there is supervision involved. There is management of so many things. There is management of resources, there is management of time, there is so many things involved when you are running a household. Because that is what I am trying to do, is that show that almost like an organization, you have leadership, you have emotional, you have management, there is supervision, there is performance improvement plan, and so many things in HR that happens in a home. So everything involved in a home is there. It is just that respect and acceptance of work needs to be done. I think that will solve a lot of problems.
Thanks, Mona ji. Thank you. Professor Surendra Pathak ji.
मुझे लगता है मोना जी ने इसका जवाब दे दिया है, और कोई प्रश्न आता है तो मैं
Sure. So anyone has any question, please raise your hand, or you can put in the chat box also. We have 19 minutes plus left. Does anyone have any question? We are seeing we have some friends who are from, I think we have friends from 4 continents, which is very good to know. So I'd love to have some question from our friends who are not from India, especially because we like to take their view also and their question. So if you can put your question, it will be very good. That's why I kept most of the session in English, maximum, so that we can have everyone and everyone can understand. So any point, any concern, any question, or any example also, if you want to give from your country or your society, you can give that in brief. We have some
Maria
time.
has raised her hand. Maria has raised her hand.
Achha, Maria has raised hand. Maria, please go on. Should we unmute you?
No, I can
Mona
unmute
ji?
myself. Are
Yeah,
you
we
able
can
to
hear.
hear me? Okay. I wanted to ask a question. So personally, from me, I'm from
Can you
Kenya.
just be a bit louder?
Okay, personally, I'm from Kenya, and just like India, we also have the benefits of having household helpers. We also
Okay.
have people usually come and help mothers. But the biggest problem right now for us in Kenya is that a lot of women think that being a mother is not a very good thing. It's something that will take away your freedom. And many people are afraid to bring children into the world, because I remember most of my age mates say that they don't want children, mainly because of the economy. How would you encourage people to have children despite the economical problems that we are having in this day and age?
So I just wanted to repeat can you just repeat your question, last line?
My question was, what did you say to people who usually bring the argument that because many countries are facing economic problems, it's very expensive to have children? How would you encourage them to not be afraid to bring children into the world, even if it may come at a great expense?
Okay, good. I got your point. Very good. So, Mona ji, you want to answer that?
Yeah, I would like to answer this, Maria. One important aspect you have brought into the field, which I have written this book, Home: The Missing Piece. If you get the time, I've just launched it on 28th. It's on. I don't know if it's available in Kenya. It's here and it's on Flipkart. Now, why I am trying to talk? I have been researching on a home for a very long time, and you have asked a question that the economics are very expensive. Yes, economics are very expensive right now in India also, and the reason is very much linked to how we have removed the home from living. See how it works. I'll just give you a small example. If one of my friend is in Bombay and she has her daughter-in-law who's had a kid, and in Bombay, she was just telling me that her daughter-in-law refused to bring up the kid because she thinks that is not worth it, and she has to keep a maid which is costing around 50,000 bucks. The household expense start from 50,000 plus. A maid cost 50,000 rupees. That is what she will take in a month. So 50,000 plus is the expenses that you start from. That household expenses have gone up by 50,000 rupees because you yourself cannot do the work because nobody will accept that as work. Something which was free would not be accepted as work. So anyways, we have made everything so expensive because it's a circle we are going around and round because, the expenses keep increasing because we've not considered anything as free because it starts as free, but we do not consider. Now, coming to your question, that how would I tell people that to have kids despite all these financial woes? I would say here also in India we are facing the problem nowadays. Women have so many people, women I know, who have is saying that I don't want kids. I might as well roam around and be a free bird. But eventually, I've seen when a time comes when they've crossed an age when they start feeling it's lonely. That is when I would say that having a family matters. It's just not about money, it's having a little bit of family and bonds matter. Eventually you need to get back home, you need to get back to your family, and some kind of a bonding where you can come back to somebody in your home is very important. I would just
Thank you.
say that, yeah, that is what bonds are required. And maybe not, women have refused to have many kids. Just one is what they are going for. I think one is also important. That is required.
Thank you. Thank you, Monaji. Thank you. Professor Pathak, would you like to add something? कुछ जोड़ना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, मुझे लग रहा है कि काफी बात हो गई है इस पर। एक ही बात कह सकता हूँ कि बिना परिवार के इन समस्याओं का समाधान हो नहीं सकता है ना। आर्थिक स्थिति भी यदि बहुत अच्छी हो जाए तो भी नहीं हो सकता है। जो इकोनॉमिक प्रेशर्स हैं, यदि हम उससे निकल जाते, जैसे अमेरिकन का जो है उसमें इकोनॉमिक प्रेशर नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी वो समस्याओं से है ना बंधे हुए हैं।
बिल्कुल।
तो केवल इकोनॉमिक बात नहीं है, लेकिन इकोनॉमिक के साथ है कि कैसे संबंध मजबूत हो, परिवार जो है एक इकाई के रूप में बना रहे। यदि परिवार नहीं बना रहता है तो समस्याओं का समाधान नहीं हो सकता। जैसे हिंदुस्तान में इतनी बड़ी आबादी है, उस आबादी का मूल कारण ये है कि परिवार है, इसलिए हम इतनी आबादी का भरण पोषण कर पा रहे हैं और बिना कोई बड़ा कोई आंदोलन हुए भी, है ना, कोई अनरेस्ट भी नहीं होता लोगों में, है ना।
थैंक यू।
लेकिन यदि परिवार टूट जाते हैं तो संभव नहीं है ना।
बिल्कुल। थैंक यू प्रोफेसर पाठक। सॉरी, यू वांट टू ऐड समथिंग? कुछ ऐड करना है आपको और क्या?
ओह, नॉट। कुछ लोगों ने हाथ उठाया हुआ है, शालिनी जनक ने हाथ
उठाया। थैंक यू प्रोफेसर पाठक। प्रोफेसर पाठक पॉइंटेड दैट families are very important, and India we are able to take care of the families because take care of the like many people who are poor also, and the families also, because we have a society that that like we take care because we have a family dominated society. We believe in relationships, so that's a major thing. Just wanted to add one more point to the answer as an answer to Maria Ji. Maria we call everyone Ji, in India as a mark of respect. So And to younger people also sometimes we call G as a mark of respect. So I'm saying Maria G. So basically, one point I wanted to add is that there are a lot of things can be done, like affordable housing can be made available to people who have financial problems and challenges. There can be some financial assistance programs for low income families. Food assistance can be there. Healthcare subsidies can be there. Vouchers for children can be there. Some other economic support in, say, giving them livelihoods can be there. In fact, the many points we were discussing with Professor Pathak and Monaji earlier also on these, and what solutions can be there. So I remembered these points, so I thought I'll put across to you. Thank you. I think there's one hand raised, Akash, Mr. Akash. Akash ji, please.
Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I have a question for Pathak ji and madam. I agree that we should value bonds or relationship more. But what is increasingly happening in the current society is because of lack of values, even within family and let's say employee-employer relationship, there is a lot of undue advantage being taken if you so how to protect oneself from there, because even in a family one can see one brother may be working hard, the other brother just is not doing anything if it's a joint family, and then they if you say okay, no, family is important, I am earning, I'll take care, and then that keeps on growing. Even with an employee, so I run a business, my employees, some of the employees have bad habits like smoking or tobacco, so I sit with them, I explain how this is bad for you, how you are wasting money, but then they refuse to listen. So how to get this message across and how to protect oneself, that if you get too friendly with the employees, then they take undue advantage of you, they'll borrow money, not return, and all this kind of fraud that is happening. Even within family, fraud is happening, right? People borrow money within family, then they don't bother to return, which is wrong, right? So how to value the relationship, take care of the relationship, nurture the relationship, and protect oneself at the same stage? That's the question.
Thank you, Akash ji. I think I'll put this question to Professor Pathak first, and then Mona ji. Professor Pathak, आपने समझ लिया ना प्रश्न का?
विश्वास के बिना कोई संबंध नहीं होता है। अविश्वास में ये सब समस्याएं होती हैं जिनकी वो बात करते हैं।
थोड़ा इस पे एलैबोरेट और करेंगे क्या, कि मतलब ये प्रॉब्लम्स इस तरह की इतनी क्यों आ रही हैं? मतलब अब फैमिलीज के बीच जो हो रहा है भारत में, हम भी देख रहे हैं अपने अराउंड आसपास में, कि ये प्रॉब्लम बहुत बढ़ रहा है कि एक आदमी काम करता है, दूसरा आदमी बैठा रहता है। गांव में भी हम देखते हैं कि 50 आदमी काम कर रहा है और 150 आदमी बैठे हुए काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, बस सिगरेट, बीड़ी, तंबाकू, मतलब all kinds of, say, smoking and drinking and all these bad habits are reaching villages also and in colonies. So one person works and 3 people just keep loitering around. So how can those values be nurtured and also? थोड़ा इस पे बताइए प्रोफेसर पाठक।
मैंने ये कहा कि संबंध विश्वास के बिना नहीं होता। दूसरी बात है कि संबंध को पहचानने के बाद संबंध का निर्वाह होता है। यदि निर्वाह नहीं हो रहा है तो भी संबंध का पहचान नहीं है ना। जैसे हमने बच्चे पैदा कर दिए, बच्चे पैदा करना कोई संबंध निर्वाह नहीं होता है। बच्चों को का भरण पोषण करना है ना, उनके साथ ममता वात्सल्य का निर्वाह करना है ना, उनको उनमें स्वयं में विश्वास पैदा करना, उनमें श्रेष्ठता का सम्मान आना, उनके प्रतिभा और व्यक्तित्व में संतुलन आना, व्यवहार में उनको सामाजिक बनाना, व्यवसाय में स्वावलंबी बनाना, ये परिवार का काम होता है। यदि इस भाव को हम शिक्षा की विधि से इसका लोक व्यापीकरण नहीं करते हैं, है ना, पहले जो धार्मिक शिक्षा थी, है ना, तो धार्मिक संस्थाएं जो थी वो परिवार को स्ट्रेंथन करने का थोड़ा बहुत काम करती थी, लेकिन आज जो है शिक्षा में भी नहीं है परिवार को स्ट्रेंथन करने का शिक्षा, और जो धार्मिक संस्थाएं हैं वो भी घोर व्यक्तिवादी हो गई है, संपत्ति को जोड़ना, वैभव को बढ़ाना, इसमें लग गई हैं। परिवार को स्ट्रेंथ करने की, मजबूत करने की दिशा में उनमें भी खुद में समझ नहीं है, क्योंकि व्यक्तिवाद का इतना ज्यादा प्रभाव हुआ है जिसके कारण से परिवार और समाज पूरी दुनिया में टूट गए हैं। 2 चीजों ने तोड़ा है, एक तो भौतिकवाद ने और दूसरा व्यक्तिवाद ने, है ना। और अभी तो व्यक्तिवाद जो है वो हाइपर इंडिविजुअलिटी की ओर चला गया है ना, जिसमें अच्छा, कुछ एक ये भ्रम भी रहा है परंपरा में कि हमने इंडिविजुअल फ्रीडम को बहुत हाई वैल्यू दिया है, जबकि इंडिविजुअल फ्रीडम जैसी कोई चीज नहीं होती है ना। यदि हम संबंधों में न्याय के साथ जी पाते हैं तभी हम हमारे अंदर फ्रीडम होती है। व्यक्तिगत स्वतंत्रता जैसी कोई चीज नहीं है। मुझे लगता है कि भ्रम से ज्यादा कुछ नहीं है। संबंधों में यदि हम न्याय के साथ जी पाते हैं, विश्वास स्नेह के साथ जी पाते हैं, तभी स्वतंत्रता है। यदि संबंधों में विरोध है, घृणा है, द्वेष है, तो परतंत्रता है, गुलामी है, या संघर्ष है, या लड़ाई है, युद्ध है, हिंसा है।
बहुत बढ़िया, very good. Professor Pathak has given very good, some very good points, and in fact, um, just let me try to translate what he has said. Is that faith is very important in families and in society, and that is the key point. That is the major. If faith is lacking, then there are a lot of problems. There has to be a balanced behavior. There has to be values like self-dependence should be inculcated in the family. Then in earlier times, religious and spiritual institution is to do a lot of good work in, say, giving values to helping people say get right values, giving them training also, and through their prayers or through their meetings. So that, and they are also deteriorating. Individualism and materialism is increasing everywhere. And also one is individualism, second is materialism. We are giving too much focus on individualism and materialism both, as well as in relationships often justice is lacking. So justice has to be there in relationships. These were his points. Monaji, if you want to add, you can add in just 2 minutes, please, because we are now.
No, I think I mostly Surendra Pathak ji has said, and that adds to it that it is very individualistic society, and everything is very related to each other, because materialism is leading to a very individualistic, because that is what we are promoting, and that is what we people want to do. That is, they hoard more and more wealth. So it is turning into a more individualistic society. We've forgotten that we are living in interdependence in a society. We have to live with a family, and family happens in a home, and we, as our individual rights are also interconnected to the societal rights or the family rights. We are all living with, we live together. That is why it is said the smallest unit of a nation is a family in a home. And that is what means Vasudev Kutumbakam means one world, one family. That is the law of the G20 also. So that is, we are all interconnected. That's what I said. I think that has been covered by Dr. Surendra Pathak. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think anyone has any point, or we should conclude because we just have 3 minutes left. So we are in time. It's good that we are in time, and as we say, as often, sometimes, not often, sometimes Indian are blamed, and some people say that Indian Standard Time is late. It's not like that. Indian Standard Time is sometimes before also. So, and so it happens late because we are, we have a lot of population, a lot of people to talk, and a lot of other issues. So these are there. And I thank everybody. I thank sincerely my speakers who spoke very well, tried to cover all the issues. Professor Surendra Pathak, especially because he mainly speaks in Hindi, he mostly speaks in Hindi. He put across very good points in English also, and later in Hindi, which I tried to translate in my best way. So thanks a lot. And we have some friends from some countries other than India, no one is other, because it's Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one word, one family, so everybody is one. So we have friends from all across the world. So we thank them a lot. And it is I feel very happy and proud to moderate this session. I thank Monaji for giving me this opportunity and privilege, and United Nations Civil Society. So also, and we'll take forward all the points that have come up, and as say recommendations to United Nations, and also to different countries and planning commissions and policy makers of the countries. So, and we'll try to solve this problem together. We can solve these problems in our own lifetime. Let's try to do it together. So, and let's give a big hand to all the speakers and even people who put across the questions, and everybody, the audience also. Let's give a big hand to everyone. And thanks a lot. Thank you. Do we have a photo, Monaji?
I'm trying to
everyone take a photo also.
just a second.
If you can take a photo, everybody can open their videos for say a minute or so. We can have a photograph. Request everybody if they can open their video for a minute so that we can have a photograph. If we can have just open your videos for a minute. We'll have a good photo. Who is taking the photo? Let me try.
Yeah, I'm taking. Yes, everybody smile. Thank you. Just a second. Just a second.
So thanks a lot,
Yes,
everyone. We have
got
been
it.
able to conclude in time. Thank you. All the best. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you so
Good wishes
much.
to all of you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. We
Bye.
conclude. Thank you. Bye.